Icebox, we don't have a definite meta for it yet. That takes a while to figure stuff out, and I don't think many players yet even know what's super good on Icebox. It's only been a few weeks, and I'm excited to see how this evolves over the course of this map being out. Because the first few weeks are kind of just a crap show. Looking at what we have right now, I think it's pretty much the same hero selection we had before. Springfield, one is down already as we load here into the match. 5v4 favoring York. Tropic is able to destroy, I believe that looked like a Raze boom bot. Gets that out of there. We're watching as Nemo looks to breach through something. Doesn't find anyone in those crates yet. SB peeking around on the Killjoy. I like seeing a Killjoy, kind of a Cypher replacement as we've seen, although I think the champ can offer way more than just that. We'll talk about that here soon. Right now, we want to see Grams get a couple shots off. Doesn't quite find all of them. Gets lit for 35. Tropic finds SB. Nemo backing up a little bit. Got a couple good shots off. And it looks like, I believe, Virex again on the Phoenix. Backs up a little bit, and Springfield opt to rotate a bit out of there. Said, hey, this isn't working. Let's go A. Let's haul it. Let's get in there. T-Crate finds Nemo as they're rotating. As we were talking about, yeah, these sightlines sometimes, you can just be seen just about anywhere. And then you go to these insanely close quarters with some high and some low ground. This map is a little crazy because, as we mentioned, it being kind of like a Call of Duty map. I mean, look at this. There are so many different spots for you to sit. Tropic doesn't know that Virex is right there. Fakes the bomb plant for a second. Gets concussed by his fellow breach. Says, oh, sorry, there's the enemy breach. I apologize. Says, whatever. Gonna put it down. One left, just Grams. 1v4. Can't quite find it. Shisui finds Grams, gets him, and T-Crave goes across the little zip line. And that's going to be 0.1 going over towards York. So, Coach McGee, as you've mentioned, Icebox is still a new map. Neither of us have infinite experience on this yet, of course. What so far, just the beginning glance, what do you think is going to be interesting about this map so far? Are you
have to be you have to remember that these sightlines exist. Springfield rotated and we're very far away from York there. As they rotated across the bottom, you can see the bottom portion of the map, but that long sightline, like you can basically see them from across the map. It seems like there. So you've got to remember where you are in relation to your sightlines at all time and make really smart rotations. As far as like you just can't cross middle unless you're certain the other team is on A or B. If they're not definitely on A or B, that middle cross is going to be really dangerous.
Yeah, and that middle cross, going through Boiler and Pallet. There's just a lot there to kind of block your line of sight, but if you're open in the middle of it, you can just get some very decent, pot shots off on somebody and take them out or light them up quite a bit. Legat does get the orb, looking to get something done. Breach is breaching as he does. Gets a decent flash off. Virex finds Tropic, and he bangs it through to End of Us, gets the double. Grams finds T-Crave. Legat finds Virex. It is now 3v3 favoring no team. Well, Nemo goes down, so it's now favoring York. Grams firing off into the smoke. Can't find it. SB finds Legat. Xenon finds Grams, and it is 2-0 favoring York.
Yeah, I'm sitting here at first here just sort of watching and taking this in because Icebox is so interesting right now.
It really is.
That's the high ground you can get and how mobile. I'm really surprised. Almost unless they just don't have a jet player, that York doesn't bring a jet out. Jet gets so much value here at Icebox.
Yeah, I even forgot to mention that earlier when you mentioned mobility heroes. Just slipped my brain, but you're entirely right. Jet can get to just about anywhere, and we do have one on the side of Springfield. Excited to see what that is. But as you mentioned, the high and low ground, this map is a little nutty, and those long lights of sign, like that little hole you can look through right there. They're already pinging through it looking for something. It's very interesting. If you haven't played Valorant in a few weeks, you can come to this map and you'll be lost. Like that. Grams gets picked by Virex, doesn't see him on the bottom left. There is just so many corners to peek on this map.
Absolutely.
Tropic finds Xenon just off screen. It is now 4v4 rather, with Tropic falling pretty low on the side of Springfield. Health bars are favoring York. SB looking for something. Sees the breach go out. Shizui still doing some breaching things, throwing grenades, knocking people up, throwing the stuns. What breach does, obviously. Legat throws down a molly, doesn't quite find anything with it. Trying to make sure nobody's on the other side of that. Nemo concussing again with the breach. Gets the bomb down. Not quite actually. There is a Killjoy grenade. Those are always very frustrating. Legat finds SB. End of Us finds T-Crave. And I also believe somebody else fell there too. Virex pops the ult. Can't quite find anyone. Nemo at about 20 HP. Sees that he's over there. Says, I don't really want to fight this. Gets blinded. Falls down. Really well done there by Legat. Shizui does find End of Us. Virex does find Legat. It is a 1v2. Let's see what can be done here by Nemo. Fakes the defuse. Pros never fake. Virex finds Nemo. 3 kills for Virex. 3 eliminations rather for Virex. And Springfield is down 3-0 for Springfield. I mean, for York.
Yeah, York's looking really strong here. And looking at our leaderboard there, it's again Virex 6-1, just popping off. His accuracy is unmatched this match so far. Really, not like even the strong carry, but certainly a shining spot on York, and someone that if they are managed to pull this map off and advance to our semifinals, someone to watch for the rest of this tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that guy is going to continue to pop off. Xenon is not on the stage this time. Excited to see him on something else, not really on any healer duty, and is instead getting the op as Ray's looking to get some frags and boost that KD. Going to go through mid here a little bit, see if he can find anything. Sees the Omen smoke, backs up just a wee bit. End of us sees ahead. Can't quite. Oh, finds it on the T-Crave. Very, very good shot there by End of us.
Phoenix ult does save that elimination from happening. Gets in, gets out. And now we are 5-4 in favor of Springfield. But that is not something that York is unfamiliar to this match. They've been down a number of times and managed to pop off and take rounds anyway. So Springfield's certainly not in the clear here.
Yeah, as you've mentioned, it's happened quite a few times. They've had the numbers disadvantage, but they seem to play even better. Virex is nuts. This guy is able to just absolutely destroy Springfield most of the time as long as he's up. Although when Springfield has gotten a pick on him first, they've had better rounds. So we'll see if that continues. Throws the op for a Vandal. Pretty decent as you're going into these close corners. You don't really want to just turn a corner and not be able to hit a quick scope because that's very tilting. Springfield looking to get as many sites as possible. Virex does find Grams. The Killjoy turret is able to just get a little bit of... Oh, and End of us finds Virex. SB finds Nemo. Legat finds Shizui, favoring Springfield up 3-2. We'll see what they can get done here. SB is almost gets somebody. End of us does find Xenon. SB does find End of us in return. SB sees another one right there. Can't quite hit the shots. Can't quite hit
each other are. Gets flanked by Tropic there.
Very good flank there by Tropic. His teammates pinned down, says, hey, please, please help me. I am begging you. I believe that was Legat who was getting, just some shots taken at him. And Tropic is able to flank around 3-1. Springfield have taken around there in the game. All right, and let's look at some ecos real fast, see what people are running. Let's see here really fast if we can pull up our leaderboard. All right. Looks like ecos are a little poor on the side of York right now. Looking a little better for the side of Springfield. Not too much. A lot of them are still a little poor. They do have an op on the End of us. He's the guy who always wants to run the op on Springfield. That guy absolutely loves it. So we'll see what work he can get done here. Looks like a lot of pistols and, 2 SMGs on the side of... three. Oh, sorry, 2. I can't read apparently on the side of York. That happens. You look at those really fast and you miss something every now and then. We'll see what they can get done here. End of us does find Virex. It's a very good first pick, getting the top frag.
And that's what we talked about before this map, is that if Springfield's going to turn this around, they have to get that early pick on Virex. He is so good right now.
He's absolutely, I don't even want to say necessarily carrying, because everyone else is doing well on the side of York too, but he is absolutely a force to be reckoned with. Legat with the good hops, gets around. Very well done. Doing some parkour. Played some Super Mario Brothers, jumps around the corner, is able to find a good couple shots. Here's a Killjoy turret. Xenon finds End of us. SP finds Grams. They hear the Killjoy turret, uses it as a distraction. T-Crave comes up behind, finds Nemo. SP finds Legat. 3v1 favoring York. Tropic finds SP 2v1 favoring York still. Tropic is at full HP, looking to get something done here. Is behind the Killjoy turret, looking to get a little bit of something. Doesn't hear anyone yet. T-Crave's very slow, pushing right to his left. They might run straight into each other. Oh my goodness. And Xenon finds him. And that's one of those rough situations. Xenon finds him. T-Crave right to his left, doesn't hear him. That's one of those scary moments. You walk into smoke and you bump into someone and you both turn like, what? So we almost had one of those, but Xenon is able to find the shots. And once again, York is up 4-1 against Springfield. Their egos are a little more repaired now. And now Springfield looking to be a little poor again. Let's see what they opt to buy. Looks like light armor and some pistols. Looks like they've learned a little bit since last game. Last game, we saw Springfield desperation buying almost every single round.
Yeah.
And looks like they're opting to be a little safer this time. Since next round we can buy End of Us can get an op next round. We'll be safe and see what we can get done.
And I think you can because, like you said, at Icebox, we've been talking about these long sightlines, but you also have so many moments where you're just right in somebody's face. And so the pistol buys aren't even necessarily a big downgrade because you can make things happen when you're as close as these guys have been getting on top of each other here.
Absolutely. I mean, as we've seen, they go to this site constantly, hang up next to each other on A, go through pipes or rafters, and look for something to get done. End of Us does have the knives out looking to find something. We did see a trade on both sides, so one falls for Springfield as one falls for York. Virex did fall for York, which is, once again, like we talked about, if they get that top fragger, there's a chance they can do something. End of Us has the knives out. You don't really need to buy his jet if you're going to use the knives that round anyway, so he saves his eco, looking to get an op next round if they can win this one. Nemo flanking around. Once again, lots of pistols on the side of Springfield, trying to get a little bit of something done.
A slower round than we've seen thus far here at Icebox.
Which is, once again, what we saw work so well for York last time. Springfield looking to adapt and maybe copy that a little bit. Trying to get something done on this attacker side on Icebox. Xenon looking at very good lines of sight with that op. Like we mentioned, it's all either long lines of sights or just a little bit of nothing and too close. So we'll see what can happen here. Tropic sees someone, hides just a little bit, is not willing to take those shots. Says, hey, not feeling like this going as a bad trade. Only 13 seconds left. Something has to happen. And they rotate back to A. They fake the rotate. Looks like Legat is booking it to A. Can't find the sight in time. Goes the wrong way. Is able to get on site. Will have this planted.
Oh, man, with a second left.
Does get eliminated by the breach.
Oh,
and
it looked like
down.
Yeah, it looked like he connected on both and actually missed both.
Yeah, it looks like he stuttered there a little bit. Wasn't sure who to hit first. Falls down. Shizui finds Tropic. Legat finds Shizui. 1v2.
But the Rays really low health. Legat gonna need to make some shots to pull it off, but not out of the realm of possibility here as the
defuse comes through, and
comes through, and that's going to be it. And to make put icing on the cake there for SV, he does even get Legat on top of that defuse. So Legat loses that money he had invested in that round, and is now showing that Springfield, you can see there only one person even at 1,000. So their econ pretty rough. They've bought, and they're going to see what they can do with it.
Exactly as predicted. End of Us does get the op. Says, hey, I saved enough. I've been a good boy. This is my Christmas present here on Icebox. Gets an op, looking to get some work done with it. And we've seen this guy work with it before. We'll see what happens here. Springfield with a solid chance at going back to A after pushing slow. But Breach does eliminate Legat, the fellow Breach there as he was planting. Does get the plant off, but it was a very solid attempt at a take.
5-1 your score. York already up one map to none here in our best of three, looking to slam the door and continue this strong play. There's that long sightline. Virex gets the shots down. Again, the story of the map here is Virex's strong play, and there's a second one.
It's 2 and 2. 2 for Virex, 2 for T-Grave. T-Grave had a very good peek there up on the ramp. Peeks up, just narrowly sees ahead, presses left click, gets the elimination. Very solid there. It's Grams alive versus the world. Opting to hide here, says, hey, no one on my team has any money. Please don't come for me. I'd rather keep this Phantom. More than likely going to be chased down or just found by Shizui. And that is a 5-0 flawless for York. Springfield has no eco, and it is up 6-1 in favor of York. This game's hard.
Virex with already 10 eliminations here in just 7 rounds, having a good game so far, but not to be outdone. Shizui with 7 and SV with 7 as well. Every member of the Dukes is positive in their KD right now. Meanwhile, the Capitals only have 1 positive member, and Nemo yet to even get an elimination at 0 and 7 there. So being outclassed here at Icebox are the Capitals.
Double marshals for the set of Capitals. I feel like that's a little weird. I haven't seen them get any work done with this yet. We'll see. Xenon can't find the shot. Narrowly misses there. That could have been disastrous for the Springfield Capitals. But once again, York is just outclassing them, man. They're every turn out shooting them and winning, doing as much as possible. Planting the bomb, defusing the bomb. Obviously, but Shizui does find Legat. Very good spray control there. Does get the elimination. Very good spraying into the smoke again. Once again, I have to praise that spray control. That was disgusting. Virex does find Nemo. Tropic does find Virex in return. Gets a couple good shots off. Is found by T-Grave. 4v2. Springfield falling apart again very quickly. End of Us has a Marshall hoping to maybe just get out with it. Save a little bit of something. Grams does find Shizui. 3v2. This is doable now. Grams opts to use the E instead of the Q to get out of there instead of getting a heal. Probably a decent idea at that point. Inspects the gun. Doesn't see somebody right to his left. Makes a little bit of noise. They probably hear him now. Doesn't know that they're right behind him. Direct on the other side of the wall. Grams looks like he's backing up just a little bit. End of us does get hit by the Omen blind. Very scary here for Springfield. Looks like they're not going to try to push anything, and instead probably save.
I believe we are. We do not have game sound in our stream right now, so might take a look at that. But I'm hearing that we don't.
10 seconds left.
So, okay, might be the delay, but we will get, if that is not sorted out. It has been, and it will be sorted out. York takes their 7th game here, or 7th, round rather.
Yeah, this is destructive for York. Springfield is falling apart. Springfield picked this map, and it looks like they haven't practiced it enough. That's one of the issues with the new maps. You can feel confident, but if you get on there and neither team has practiced it enough, or maybe the other team has just practiced a little bit more than you, you're kind of done for. With these new maps, you probably don't know a lot of the new strats. You're not sure exactly where to go. You're trying a lot of desperation stuff. You don't know where these corners are, and it can really bite you when you start getting picked and getting eliminated. Because as we've seen a few times, it looks like a couple people on Springfield haven't been checking all the corners because, one, there are a lot of them, but also looks like they just haven't noticed some of these corners.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown here at Icebox. I think for both teams. I mean, it's just so new. You can't imagine York's been playing here all the time. But after trades come in there, 1-for-1 so far.
2 have fallen on the side of Springfield. End of us, I believe, got picked there too. Didn't see if he got an op shot or got op shot. But we'll see what happens here. Xenon throws out the boom bot. They know they're all right there, trying to just back them up a little bit. Tropic's pretty low. It's the bomb. Maybe looking for a rotate here. We'll see what they opt to do here. Tropic ults over to the A site to get the bomb down. This is always a fun play, sure, but your team is not there yet. And it looks like Nemo is getting chased down by Lyrax. He's directly on his tail, looking through his corners, trying to get there. We'll see what happens here as Nemo and Legat get to the site, trying to do something. Tropic is breach ulted up there. Xenon looking around with the op, can't quite find anything just yet. Tropic finds T-Crave, is going to not find Xenon. Doesn't get it. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely unlucky there. Does get a dink, I believe, but can't necessarily find him. Legat finds Shizui, 2v2. Springfield may be able to do this.
Even health on both sides, it seems like.
Legat
finds 1v1, now in favor of York.
Most definitely in favor of York here. Not only does he have more HP, but it's Virex. He is looking to be a favorite here in this tournament. He's absolutely destructive. Nemo ults, looking to get something done. Gets him off the bomb, and Virex falls to it. 2v2, attackers win. Nemo says, hey, I'm going to ult him. We're getting this. He can't defuse it if he's knocked up. Gets it, and it is a little bit of life on the side of Springfield. Sure, they all fall, but hey, they got something done.
Yeah, and comment we made yesterday, when teams are down in the 7-2 situation, like Springfield has to remember they're closer to tying this than York is to winning it.
Yes,
and it's not. This is certainly not out of the realm of possibility, but they got to make some changes, and just I think it's just a matter of needing to make bigger plays at this point. Like Icebox is not something that these teams have a masterful game sense knowledge of. They just have to step up and make a big play, and particularly Springfield needs to step up and shut down Virex.
Ooh, almost an op there, though. I totally agree. When Virex is down, they're able to win. Legat does find Shizui. That is a very decent pick. Legat running through the run it back, trying to find something.
And he does.
Be one pick, but that's about it. But hey, that's obviously very good.
Nemo misses the shot with the Marshall.
Oh, he does get I believe he chests him a little bit there. He's at about half HP. Grams looking for something, finds the alarm bot, gets picked by SB. Was hoping there would be a little bit more there. You get scared a little bit when those boom bots or the alarm bots come for you. Virex does find End of Us. Nemo can't quite land anything onto Virex. Virex finds 2. T-Crave coming around to help his teammate. Legat does find Virex, 2v3, favoring York by quite a bit. Looks like Legat's got about 1 HP left on that Phoenix. Finds Tropic, very good, gets the drop on him. T-Crave at about 40 HP, finds the click onto Legat, and that is 8-2 favoring Springfield.
York, rather.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, favoring York. I apologize. Yes. But, man, this is just destructive. Even when it looks like they get those basically good picks or those decent plays, or even a numbers advantage, York just plays together so darn well, Coach McGee.
Yeah, this is a strong team. Number 2 seed coming into today. It's sort of hard to see where your teams are in that pool play yesterday, but York clearly showing that they deserved to take that top spot in their pool, and they're doing quite well here. I'm excited to see how they continue to move through this tournament.
I need a draw. As am I, because I think they have a very good opportunity to keep going, maybe straight to the top. These, so far, based on what we've cast, are looking almost like favorites for me personally.
We do have a score update elsewhere in our tournament. George Washington High School has beaten Glenwood 2 maps to none and will advance, so Glenwood will be out of our tournament here in the quarterfinals.
All right.
Congrats to the Patriots of George Washington. They're moving on, and we'll at least play 2 more, or they'll play 2 more matches. They'll play this semi and then either for the bronze or for the gold.
Very interesting, and I'm excited to see what we see here. I think very good team, so I think it could be them and York maybe up towards the top. And it looks like Virex did find a pick there. Shizui also finds a pick onto Nemo. Shizui also gets Legat. Virex finds Tropic. Springfield's falling apart once again. End of Us does get rid of the Phoenix. Ult doesn't know he's right around the corner. Tries to find something, can't quite find it. Gotta respect the play there. Hears him right there and says, I gotta do something, but he gets back up in time. 9-2 favoring York. Things are looking destructive. Look at those ecos. It is, you know, begging for scraps over here on the side of Springfield. Nemo's got a bit of money. Legat has to buy light armor and a rifle if he wants anything done. And then you look over at the side of York, once again, the 1% right now. They are rich. They have so much money that they don't know what to do with it at this point. They've also held this eco really well. They haven't overbought. They haven't done anything really silly with it. I got to praise how they're playing. York is just outclassing Springfield.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of talking in circles at this point. This team is just better right now, and this is, I think, going to be a really strong team as we do head into the regular season for IHSEA. Really showing themselves to be quite skilled, quite smart. Their rotations have been excellent. Their econ's been excellent. They're making big picks, and while Virex is getting the lion's share of those, I think his teammates are fully capable of it. They've got big picks as well. It just seems like he's always there. So I think his stats may be pulling theirs down a bit. He's playing so well because theirs are absolutely good. Meanwhile, Legat does give Virex his opposite number playing Phoenix, but 2 picks come in for York, and now they have the advantage over Springfield.
Feels like we're saying the same stuff every round, Coach McGee.
Yeah, I do feel like I'm...
And they are both down, and Springfield's crumbling apart.
Yep, absolutely. SB like gets the long-distance shot on the Tropic there. You could not be more right. It seems like every round has been Springfield gets a pick. Maybe that'll happen. And never mind. There goes 3 capitals. So Plant is coming in here.
Are planting good, and they are together now. I believe Tropic was eliminated kind of nowhere near the team, so I wasn't sure what happened there. End of Us does have 7 HP left. Oh my goodness, this could go.
He saw the gun. He gets through the corner.
Oh, gets the smoke, but can't do it. T-Crave is, it's him, and I believe, let's see what Nemo can get done. Can't find T-Crave. 10-2 favoring York. Is there even a way for Springfield to win at this point?
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Coach McGee. Neither do I, unless something crazy happens on defense side. T-Crave falling gets the elimination over to Nemo. And we are switching sides here, so it is a mental reset. It is a money reset. We'll see what Springfield can do, but they were in this almost exact same situation last map and couldn't really find a whole lot. Maybe a pistol round can go really well for them. They've got about 30 seconds to talk real fast. Maybe that team captain, Legat, can maybe inspire the team a little bit. Say, hey, all we got to do is press WASD and left click. It's not that hard when you think about it. I mean, really, it's not. All you got to do is hope you can left click a little better than they can left click.
We do have another score update from the top half of our bracket. Niles North has taken down Niles West 2-0. So Niles North will take on George Washington in our semifinal. And then assuming York holds on here, we are awaiting the result of Naperville Central Plainfield North. But yeah, we've had some two wins already. Half of our bracket is moving on.
All right, we've got 2 2-0s already. We were mentioning this earlier. We weren't really sure if we'd have a lot of 2-0s or anything today. Maybe games would be a little closer. But it looks like some of these more top of the bracket teams are just proving to be so dominant. Absolutely destroying. End of Us does find SB, but then he immediately gets picked by Sinon's raised grenade.
Yeah, I think what's happening too much for Springfield right now is they're getting these early picks, but the way they're getting it is forcing a trade. Like, the way they get the pick puts them so out of position that they are going to get lit up by the other team. So the trades aren't panning out for them. That's the problem. I think if you're trading for Virex right now, he's probably good, but they didn't just then, and then Virex put 3 people down. So the trades, I think, are maybe something they want to consider adjusting in terms of how they're getting their picks.
I can't find Zooey.
2 more points for York to move on to the semis and knock Springfield out of this tournament here.
As you were saying, it feels like they're just, trading or something. It's not even just that. It feels like they're not playing together. It feels like maybe one person gets a pick and the rest of their team isn't behind them. And not a whole lot that can get done. Springfield opting to save on the second round. I have to think it's weird to buy the Sheriff and waste that much money on round 2. Got to kind of criticize End of Us for doing that with his eco. That feels very strange. And then Legat buys, he goes for the shorty. At this point, either save the eco and try to do a good final round, or just, all ball out.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like they're just not playing together. And on top of that, I don't like the Icebox pick. It feels like they don't know this map at all.
I don't think anybody does, and I'm interested to see whether we see more of it today.
Gonna finds Grams, gets the headshot. Virex pushing up. They do have Vandals. These guys are rich. Can't quite dodge that in time. Was a good turn. The CS reflexes look like they're kicking in for Virex. CNN has found 3 already. Springfield are falling apart. There goes a 4th. End of Us is down. Man, Coach McGee, this has been a rough one to watch, and I imagine even rougher to play through.
Yeah, it's just been a clinic put on by York this whole match.
Seriously. Yeah, it's been the kind of stomp that I thought we would maybe avoid today. But hey, as we get into the later games, I think we will see some close ones. As we see all these teams that are so dominant, I want to see what happens when they reverse each other.
Yep.
I think we could get some very crazy stuff as we move up through the bracket. Look, Gat does find Xenon, does get the cheesy shorty kill, but
now we're at match point.
1 round left for York, or we get the crazy 11 rounds in a row from Springfield. One of those is amount of hope that as casters I want to see, and I want to get hyped, and I want to talk about how hard their teeth must be clenching. But I don't know if I see that happening, Coach McGee.
Yeah, I am not a pessimistic person, but I am also a pragmatist, and this is not an accident that York is winning this. York is playing so well right now, and hitting all their shots, making all their rotations. This is a team that if the others that have finished their semifinal are looking at this, they need to be worried.
Gat does too.
Yeah, he does.
If you look at the KDA differential too, as we'll see with the leaderboard here towards the end, it looks like it's way less one-sided for York, outside of Virex having like 5 more kills on the second top person. We'll make that a little bit more as he finds 2. Grams finds SB, also 3v2 favoring Springfield. Don't count them out just yet, Coach McGee. Maybe something is crazy about to happen. Something is crazy. Words are hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's like you're an English teacher or something.
Yeah, of course. No, who would ever do that? We'll see what happens here. This could be possible. Virex does get flashed.
Yep, but not going to get anything out of that. Virex loves this spot here. He's been here a number of times.
Pops the ult, looking to do something crazy. Flashes himself, getting a little overzealous here. Can't quite find that pick, shooting in the wrong spot there. Emo destroys the clone. T-Cray finds Grams. Once again, when it seems like they have a lead, they just can't find it. They're not playing together. Tropic does find Virex 1v1. It is do or lose for Tropic. The Omen battle, they're throwing the same abilities together. Tropic finds T-Cray. There we go, 12-3. Springfield is alive. Tropic.
Well, alive is the loosely used term right now.
Right.
But Tropic does get that Omen 1v1 and manages to keep them alive at least 1 more round.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, it's either, hey, we have a little bit of hope, or we just need this over with. I've been in plenty of tournaments where you're in game 3 out of like a best of 5, and it's like, oh, we can maybe do this, and it's like, please just let it be over. It's not winnable. And that's obviously a mental boom that happens sometimes. But Springfield does buy. They say, hey, we got to do it. We got to try something, and we'll see what they can get done here. Multiple people storming through mid.
Yeah, York, the cavalry is coming for York there. They are together.
Seriously. Graham's looking to get some shots, but he's shooting in the wrong spot as T-Cray finds him. 4v5 favoring York again. Once again, people just getting picked by themselves on Springfield. While, you say that, and then you look at York, and they are all together. Every single one of them pushing together. Virex does get picked by End of Us after he finds Tropic. 3v4 favoring York. So he's got the pistol, looking to get something done up here. SB sees something, can't quite find it. Nemo finds SB. Endovus finds Xenon. Shizui finds Leggett. 2v2 favoring no one so far. Health bars are pretty much even. We'll see what happens here. Nemo finds the good shots onto T-Crave. Shizui can't quite find the pick either.
They know exactly where Shizui is right now as well.
And we'll see what can get done here. Endovus does get hit by the breach. 1v1 again. Same situation for Springfield, and Shizui finds it, and game is to York. Your 7th seed Springfield Capitals are eliminated from the IHSEA test tournament for Valorant. York wins 2-0 decisively.
Yeah, they do. A strong performance there by the Dukes of York High School, so congratulations to them as they'll advance. We are now just awaiting the final of Naperville Central and Plainfield North. The winner of that will go on to face York. We're going to give Coach Tebow a break here in the semifinals, and we're going to be joined by Coach Kennedy, and then I will be checking out, and Coach Tebow and Coach Kennedy will bring you the final after that. Coach Tebow, it was fun to commentate with you, as always. And we're going to take a quick break here as we get our semifinal match set up. Congratulations to York, 13-3 in the second game. Strong victory, and they will move on to face their next challenger. We'll see who's going to be on stream next.